Everybody good?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts as you walk around here looking at all this history?
It's neat to see the history. I mean, you can't really take it all in just in 15 minutes, but going back to one of the first trophies, I think it was 1905, and seeing some of the special things, whether it's a door off a Smokey Yunick's car, which maybe nobody's ever got a chance to touch, or just the different trophies, the different flags, and the significance of Daytona in the world of racing. This is really special.
History all over Daytona, and you're now part of it. I mean, winning the 50th back in 2008, does that give you even greater appreciation, Ryan, for what you see around here?
I've always had an appreciation for the history of motorsports in general, but I've always been a fan of stock car racing, and going back to when my dad used to race slot cars with stock cars. We had Indy cars, but we raced stock cars back when I was 6 or 7 years old. So getting that opportunity to win the Daytona 500 was really special, and being at the 50th running was even more special. And having my dad spot for me, and then coming down here and seeing some of the significance afterwards. And it's kind of hard if you think about it. It's really hard to document the delay of the delay of the history, because things that we're seeing are over 100 years old. And you look back, that was 3 years ago when I won. So I mean, when is it going to become that big a history? I mean, it's just really neat to see and get to see things that very few people get to see with respect to Daytona and all forms of racing, with the motorcycles and everything else for that matter.
You said some time ago that it was a privilege just to be able to drive at Daytona. And based on what we're hearing today, you still believe that, don't you?
Oh, I do. It's something I work for, my family helped work for, and a goal of my personal life, as long as I was going to try, was to make it to Daytona to race. And I was fortunate to come down here and win my first ARCA race. I got a chance to race in the IROC Series, won a race there, and we've been close in a couple other races. But winning the 500 on the 50th anniversary was really, really special. And I always said that the most important thing to me then was just being able to have the opportunity to thank everybody in my racing career that helped me get to where I was that day. That's what meant the most to me.
We are a few years removed from that win. Is it still fresh for you?
I still remember every part of it. It was a special day. It was a special night, and just to have it unfold the way it did, with Kurt pushing me down the back straightaway, and to pass my future boss, which I didn't know at the time, was really cool, because I think thought a lot of him at the time as well.
How would you evaluate this season so far, Ryan?
Our season's been good. I'm really happy to have gotten a couple good finishes the last 2 weeks. That was something that we needed. We really struggled at Kansas, struggled at Charlotte and Dover, and to get back in top 10 form at least was nice for our team, and proud of the U.S. Army guys to be able to do that for me.
I know that your memory of last year's Coke 0400 isn't the greatest, but traditionally, what have you thought about the July race, and what do you look forward to most coming back here in July?
I think for us as drivers this time is to come back and try to perfect what we started to do in Daytona, got a chance to work on in Talladega, and that's really just the tandem drafting and seeing what the weather's going to be like. I don't think that it's going to be hot enough to the point that we're going to have to worry about grip, but just working with the cars, working with teammates, non-teammates, and doing what we do, it's unique. It's the most, I think, unique form of racing, the way it all works out. What we do with the tandem draft, so that's going to be the fun part that we all look forward to, I think.
The TV numbers are up this year for the first time in 3 years. Even though Red Bull apparently is leaving the sport, what do you and your peers think about the TV numbers being up right now? Does this signify a resurgence with regard to the fans, do you think?
I really don't know how to read some of those things. I mean, it's I think that our sport is on the rebound side. I don't know where it's at in that curve of the rebound, but our economy put a big hit on everybody, and to see the racetracks and the car owners and the fans and everybody try to get together and try to make it so that we could continue to enjoy and continue to grow as a sport was really important. So you go to some racetracks, you look in the grandstands, and there's half the people there. And then right before the green flag waves, they're full. So it's like it's weird sometimes. I mean, I guess it's just a different era. So we'll try to make the best of it.
Cool. Anything else? Guys, are you? Cool. Good. Thanks, Ryan.